Howdy everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Random Rhapsody, the Faab Five campaign. As always, we are live streaming here on twitch.tv first, and then uploading it to YouTube and on podcast 1 week later. If you enjoy what you see here, feel free to follow and subscribe here on Twitch, and you can always check us out on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV, or on Twitter as Random_Rhapsody. Okay, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and rejoin the Faab Five after their fight with a group of hobgoblins who seem to be scouting up the path for the mountain of Faeweave Hollow. Concerned for the safety of the horses, Liam had run off on his own down the side of the mountain with blood from a stone in hot pursuit. While they raced ahead, Eloise, Apollyon, and Veil hung back to question the last remaining hobgoblin the group had captured. The hobgoblin revealed that his band of warriors had been hired by a man in the Margarden Federation by the name of Goldtongue to hunt down a green dragon and clear out its lair. He did admit eventually that there were more hired groups encamped around the mountain, and that they too were looking for the dream root. Eventually the rest of the party headed down after Liam and Blood as well, killing the hobgoblin and looting his corpse, of course. Those two managed to make it down the mountain a little, with very little trouble, and once they arrived at the foot of the mountain, Blood scouted a little to confirm that the horses were still there, and then the pair hid among the trees, waiting for the rest of the group to join them. Eloise made some interesting jumps over some traps that Blood from a Stone had laid, and eventually Apollyon, Eloise, and Veil came into view, and the pair, Liam and Blood, hurried forward towards the wagons and the horses, only to be ambushed by another group of warriors who had apparently been laying in wait for someone to come down and claim the mounts. A vicious battle raged in the night, leaving the Faab Five wounded, wet, and weary, but ultimately victorious, though one of those enemies did manage to escape into the night. As the group rummaged through the bodies, Blood quickly recognized one of them to be Volek Wraithguard, a lieutenant in the cult army who they had met alongside the half-dragon Grovagar. Realizing that these were indeed members of the Dreamer cult, the party dropped the bodies into Veil's portable hole, and the group hitched up the horses to the cart, mounted up, and fled into the night, as the sounds of alarms called out into the darkness. The armies have been alerted, Faab Five. So, tonight, to start things off, I came up with a unique way to play out your escape from Faeweave Hollow. I'm going to go ahead and drop you guys onto the map now. And you guys should now be able to see yourselves. There should be 4 tokens that you guys are able to see. Jareth, who I'm allowing to be moved independently. Liam on your horse. Blood from a Stone on your horse. And Eloise, since Apollyon isn't here to control the wagon, we decided to let you go ahead and control it instead. So you are driving the wagon. Liam and Blood are on a horse. And Jareth, the familiar owl, is flying overhead. The map is situated to be like a board game, with you all positioned at the southern end of the mountain. As I said, Liam and Blood, you are on your horses. Eloise, you are driving the wagon with Apollyon and Veil. Now, on your turn, you will each have your movement, action, and bonus action, just like you normally would in combat. On the wagon's turn, Veil and Eloise or Apollyon can choose to use the action or the bonus action of your turn, but since you're all moving together, you're each going to get total one movement, one action, and one bonus action. So you're moving as a group. The enemies have the exact same ability. And once they physically are able to see you on the map, they are going to be able to pursue you. The objective of the game is to reach the northmost part of the map. All four of your tokens, including the owl, all four of you must get to the top of the map to win the game. If an enemy token comes into contact with you, you guys will be brought into a combat scenario, starting with the token that was reached by the enemy, and following each group as they try to make their way towards you. However, if you are out of eyeshot, that means you did not see it happen and you are not able to participate. So how close you guys are is always going to be relevant to this game. There are various other rules that will possibly come up into play, but I'm not going to go into all of them. However, I did give the players of this game all of the rules a week ahead of time, so everybody knows and understands how to play the game by this time. If anything comes up and anyone has questions, we'll of course go into that. But right now, guys, this is how we're going. So, if anyone wants a full description of this game, who are watching now over on Twitch, go ahead and give us a shout out in the chat stream, and I'll post up the rules, the full rules, that we're playing under the next day on Facebook. So, starting out Faab 5, each of you can now see yourselves on the map, on the mountain, and there around you, you see the woods, you see the trees, you see the forest that you guys came through on your way to Faeweave Hollow. You know to the north lies a great river, and over that is your eventual destination of Port Valena. But right now, your goal is just to get to the top of this map. So I need everybody to go ahead and roll for initiative. Nope. The only initiative you need to roll for Veil is your owl, Jareth. You should be able to see him. Yes. Yeah, that right there represents the mountain range that you guys just came from. You guys need to go north. Indeed. Blood. So, as you are on a racing horse, you have 60 feet of movement. You have your action, your bonus action, and your full movement to move. Each square, as I will remind you, is 10 feet. So you can move a total of 6 squares at a time. Yep, you're going to do your animal handling check first. Your DC is currently a 1. Yep, a 12. You easily manage to handle your animal, and you can move your full feet, so you can move 6 squares. Okay, and so you have an action and a bonus action. So, okay. So Blood stays where he is at the at the edge of the mountain, heading around to the west and then to the north. Next up, we have Jareth, the owl, who, as I described, Jeremy, you're basically being able to use for scouting purposes. Howdy there, Perrin. Thanks for stopping by. And your bird does manage to see that there are a few tokens out there. Those represent the armies who are currently getting themselves up on their horses and readying their actions for their turn. Okay. Eloise, you are on the cart. You are dealing with pack horses who can move up to 40 feet in their movement. So go ahead and make your animal handling check. Your AC or your DC for that is currently 1. Okay, that is 22, which easily manages to handle the animals. So you can move a full 40 feet on your movement action. Well, Perrin, I hope you enjoyed tonight's stream. I do appreciate you. This is a little bit different than a normal D&D session because they're kind of being chased by an evil cult that happens to be set up around this mountain they were in, waiting for them. So what you're going to need to do, so what you need to do is you need to move your 40 feet. Then you're going to make another animals check. Your DC is going to be 1 higher, so it'll be 2 at that point. And then you can make your bonus action to dash. Okay. Yep, and that's a DC of 2. Yep, 21. You make it with no problem, so you can move another 40 feet. That is 3, yes. Yes. So that's it for Eloise's turn. Yep, unless Veil wants to use a bonus action. Oh, yeah. You have to land on it at the end of your turn for it to take 10 feet of damage, or 10 feet of movement. Sorry, I misunderstood. If you have something that you can do with a bonus action, then yes. Yeah, if you have a bonus action you can use on Eloise's turn, you can use it. Or you can choose to use the action as well, if she didn't. Correct. So you have a bonus action you could still theoretically use. Okay. So that's it for the wagon's turn. Next up, we have one of the enemies who, let's see here. can see Jareth flying overhead. They are going to do their movement in that general direction. So they have to make a handle ammo check. Damn it. Sorry about that. I accidentally deleted... No, I accidentally deleted them off. By mistake. That was my bad. No, I accidentally clicked the wrong button and did something wrong. So that was my mistake. And he made his with a 16. One, two, three, 4. Moves up 4. And it sees you, Liam. And with that, it is using its action to blow its war horn. And it's making a loud noise. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I do. Anyway, and once it does, you hear this loud sound echo out all around you into the night. So that is it for their turn. Okay. Liam, you're up next. What was the feet of movement on your flail? Is it 40 feet? Okay. Yes. Okay, so that's dash, double dash. Yes, both of those pass. Okay. That's it for Liam's turn. Next we have one of the cultists who really can't see anything in this movement. So they are just going to kind of blindly go off in their direction. Okay, I accidentally rolled that blind hidden, but it was a 5, so he did manage to make it. And that's that, and then he's going to double dash. And that was a 20, so he made that one. And that's going to be it for his turn. Okay, next off, we have 2 more enemies that have joined upon hearing the sound of that horn. So, first one, going to make his animal handling check. And apparently I forgot to add that. So that's a 15, so he makes his movement. 2, 3, 4. He is going to double dash. And that's an 8, so he makes his second. That's it for him. Next off we have this guy here. He's gonna move ahead. That's an 8, so he succeeds. And an 11, so he succeeds again. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's him right there. Jareth, your turn is next. Okay, so you're flying towards him. How much movement does Jareth have? Okay, so his action is the dash. I gotcha. Okay. So is Jareth going to do anything else? Okay. See whether or not he perceived them. Okay, good to know. Next off, Blood from a Stone. What are you doing? So, it's yeah, try to think this. Think of this abstractly. So, I'm just gonna say, don't think of these as one individual person. More so that it is a raiding search party. So as you see them come close, this particular group right here, those are hobgoblins on wargs, and you can see at least 5 of them. You can certainly try. You can shoot the warg if you want. No, it will not. Nope. Nope. Not at all, buddy. But you have 60 feet of movement for your 4 animal handle that you just barely made. Apollyon, I see you have joined us. Yeah, give me 1 second. I can fix it. You don't need a token right now. We switch things around a little bit. Eloise is driving the cart, and you are riding in the back. I will give you vision, though. Okay. Okay, hold on 1 second, Blood. Apollyon, are you able to see through Eloise's token now? I mean, she should have... You know, I think I know what it is. Hold on. Can you see now? Not for on the horse, no. That's only for you. Apollyon, can you see around Eloise now? Okay. Then you're able to see everything. The rock represents the mountain you guys just came from. You are on the cart, so she's controlling the character. You can do an action or a bonus action on her turn. So all 3 of you are working together on your turn. Does that make sense? Okay. So Blood, you use your movement and your action to go your full movement. Okay? And that's it for your turn. Next up, Eloise. You're next. So go ahead and make your check. Okay. Sorry, that's probably been me. I've been trying to use it to keep track of your moves. Sorry about that. Sorry, I'll use the green circle instead. That's my bad. Okay. Okay, I didn't realize you guys were using those, so I was just like, if I'll use it. You know what? I can do something else. It's not a big deal. Okay, well, I'm going to use the green circle from here on out and to keep track of your movement, your DC. Yes. Okay. Looks good. That's it for your turn. Next we have the orc. It's kind of left behind. You have a bonus action that you can still use if you want to use it. So is there anything you want to do with the... Okay. Sounds good. Next off, we go to the Orc War Chief. He had seen Liam last go around the mountain, and it's doing the same. He does make it. Okay, and it can see you, Liam. It is beginning to circle its way around you. If he can make another handle animals check, which he does. That was a 3 that he had to make. He is moving his movement 5, 10, 15, 20, right here. And he's kind of, or actually right here. And he's kind of circling around you. He can see you, and he can see his compatriots circling towards you. So he's kind of using his teammates to herd you a little bit. It's your turn next. What are you doing? Okay, you got to make a 3. 21, no doubt. Okay. Now you have to make a 4. Easy. Indeed it is. Next we have the cultist turn. That's a 17, which succeeds. Four. Afraid not, buddy. Ooh, nat 20 for the Dragonborn. That's it for his turn. Hobgoblin's next. He had to make a 3, and he succeeded. Haha, with a natural 1, he got exactly what he needed for. That's kind of funny. He met the DC. Not in this circumstance. Yes. 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 But in this circumstance, in this board game, it's not quite the same. But that's it for their turn. Jareth, You're up next, so what are you going to do? Have y'all ever seen the game Snakes and Foxes? Or have you ever heard of it? It's a game from the Wheel of Time, and they kind of made this to be a little bit like that. Or at least that's where I got inspired from it. No problem. But you move a full movement up there. Indeed. Okay. Blood from a stone. What do you want it to do, buddy? Yes, it was. You needed a 5. Okay, I will. That is you. I will point out that you landed on a tree, so you're going to lose 10 feet of movement. So, yes, that's the point. They're not supposed to be. You do. Eloise, you're up next. Yep, you had to get a 4. You're good to go. Second was a 5. You are good. Okay. Does anybody want to use their Eloise's bonus action? Okay. No, you can't see him right now. You could if she did not use the action. She chose to use the action. So if you want to use an action to do something, you just need to speak up. Why not? Why not? Just hit print screen. The print screen key. Wow. I don't know how the hell you're running this many apps at once then. There you go. There you go. So, Liam, it was your turn. Yep, you're at 5 right now. Ooh, yeah, you did. Okay. That's it for you. Cultist turn. You can't use your bonus action to dash when you're on a horse. Oh, action to dash. Okay. Gotcha. Yep, and you did make it. Okay. That's it for your turn. The army seems to be closing in towards you at every moment. We'll see what happens next. It is the Fanatic's turn. And that's a 3, so that is a fail for the cultist who had to get a 5. So he now loses 10 feet, and his DC went up by 1. No, I'm not going to do that on this. No, in this instance, it is a halt. Yeah, the cultists have horses. That's why they're not moving as fast. But he had to make a 7 and he got a 4, so that's him another 1, and he's losing another 10 feet. Yes. You got the Dragonborn's turn. They are also on horses, for those of you who've seen him. And the first one was a 4, which was a failure because he had to reach a 5. So that's a 6 now. He moves 30 feet. Can't see anybody. He's going to roll again. Oh, wait a minute. That second one was the... Oh, wait a minute. No. Yeah, I was looking at the Cult Fanatic. That's my mistake. So, yes, he did make both of them. I figured it out the moment I looked at the text. Fuck you, Joe. Okay. He had no problem moving ahead. Oh! Oh, he is so close to you, Eloise. He is so close to you right now. That's a success. And that's the second one there. 2 successes. Indeed he did. Jareth, your turn's next. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Blood from a stone. You are within eyeshot of the edge of this map. Far beyond that lies the dense, thick forests that surround the river to the north of the mountain. So, that is another party. Since you can see them now, I'll go ahead and say that you can see that it is mostly a human unit on horseback. Okay, I dig it. You are going to be at disadvantage because you are literally on horseback, turning around and to shoot from behind. I mean, it's a 10 AC. 15 is going to hit the horse. I'm thinking about it. I'm going to say, because I love a little bit of the rule of cool, the fact that it's racing towards something at high speed, it doesn't expect an arrow to come flying out at it. So yes, I will give you sneak attack. 25 is definitely enough to take out the AC of a 19 hit, or the hit points of a 19 hit point creature. So yes, just glancing back, you raise your crossbow up, take a aim, pull the trigger, see that bolt of energy goes flying through the air, striking the horse directly between its eyes in the center of its skull. The thing goes down ass over tea kettle, and the rider just goes flying through the air to smack against a tree. I'm gonna say they're probably all within a 30-foot sphere, maybe less than that, maybe even a 15. I'm gonna say I want you personally, Joe, to roll a d20. And if it's over 14, I'm going to say yes, they all have to make dexterity saves. Oh. Fuck. I kind of wanted to see that too. I really did. But it had to be a little bit of a high DC. So, you know what? Because you got a literal fucking 13, I'm going to make one of them make a dex save. it's going to be a DC 12 for this, because while they are riding somewhat close together, they're just kind of weaving around. So, yes, the one right behind them. Yeah. So, DC 12. DC 12 Dex. I'm rolling it right now. Oh, and that's a success. That was a good one. That was a good one. It was a good idea. I like the idea. And that's why I wanted this to be a little creative. But I am going to say that these guys are at a bit of a disadvantage the next turn. Yep, because you're aiming for a 6. Yeah, beyond the map is the forest surrounding the river to the north. That if you guys make it to the edge of this map, if all 4 of you are on this top line next turn, you guys will win. Well, I mean, you already used your action, so you're not going to be able to. Yeah. Okay, you're just stopping right there. I dig it. I dig it. Absolutely. Eloise, you're up next. Your DC is 6, which you do easily make with a 20. Okay, I dig it. Okay, that right there is an 80-foot diameter. So, Veil, where are you wanting me to place this? One more? Now, if you move it to the edge of the cart, you're not going to be able to get that third guy down there. Okay. That's fine. So you cast the spell, and Sleet Storm appears, making a huge cylinder of ice and water go flying through and swirling about. Until the spell ends, freezing rain and sleet fall in a 20-foot cylinder with a 40-foot radius, centered on the point. Let's see, area heavy obscured, and makes it slick. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, so right now, has to make a dexterity saving throw. With a failure, it is prone. So, they're going to go ahead and make dexterity saving throws. And the veteran is a success. And the hobgoblin is also a success. But they are still within the area. Indeed it is. Yep. So that's it for Eloise's turn, the cart's turn, unless anyone wants to use a bonus action. Okay. Next up we have the Orc War Chief. He's going to make his handle animal check with a DC of 6. And he makes that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he pulls up just in time to see this sleet storm flashing around him in that giant sphere. So he's going to use his action to move around it. Unfortunately, he had to stop on one of those hazards, so he lost 10 feet of movement. However, he did succeed his DC of 7. And that is his movement right there. So next we come to Liam. What you doing, bud? DC right now is a 7, so 14 definitely makes it. Okay, so you're extinguishing you're extinguishing your flail, and you don't have any other light sources on you right now. Is that correct? Okay, so no, he cannot. He can see 10 feet around him, and that's it. No, you wouldn't be able to. So okay. You will not be able to see anything on the map. No. No. It's a magic item. It's not a torch. Okay. Well, you can still hold an action. Okay. Okay, that was a 9. Ugh. Okay. Okay. And on the cultist's turn, it is It was able to move a full 40 for the first, but only 30 for the second because it was on some mud. And so it is right now within 10 feet of Eloise. You should be able to. Can you see? I gave you vision. There. No problem. That's it for the cultist. Next we have the Dragonborn veteran. He needs to make his handle animals check. And he was trying to beat a 7, so that's a success. He's now riding around the sleet storm as well. Yep. So first he needs to make another dexterity check. And that's an 18, so it succeeds. He is going through difficult terrain, so he can move 20 feet on his turn and 20 feet on his bonus. So let's see here. So that's a 14. He had to get an 8. So that's 2 feet of movement, 20 feet of movement there. Let's see here. And that was a 10 to beat a 9. And so he ends his turn right up on you, Eloise. Okay. So with that, a turn ends, and Eloise, Apollyon, and Veil on their wagon has been caught by a troop of hobgoblins. We're going to take a break right here and give our players a moment to take a bathroom break and also be able to figure out the next strategy, and we'll be going into a battle sequence next. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Howdy everybody, welcome back to Random Rhapsody. We are picking up right where we left off with one of the groups managing to come into contact of Eloise and her wagon that she had been trying to flee from the mountain on. So, I'm going to go ahead and move you guys to the new map. So as you can see, Eloise is guiding the wagon as they race to the north through the woods and heading towards the river in the far distance. As all of you look behind you, you can see a group of hobgoblins riding wargs, 3 of each, racing towards you at high speed. I had everybody roll for initiative before we started things, and Veil, it looks like you are first in the order. So, as you're racing along in these woods, trying to dodge and weave along the trees, you're sitting in the back of the wagon. Veil. And you see the hobgoblins coming up from behind. So what do you do?
I'm going to raise my finger and point directly at the one closest to us and attempt to toll the dead.
Okay, so which one are you doing Toll the Dead on?
It's going to be the one closest to us, the leader of the pack.
Okay, the warg itself?
I'm sorry.
The warg or the
hobgoblin.
hobgoblin? The hobgoblin. The hobgoblin rider? Okay. Gotcha. So that's a wisdom saving throw. And that's a 6, so he fails. And it looks like he takes 2 points of necrotic damage.
Correct.
Okay, your necrotic bell rings out in his ears as he's racing along with that warg. And you can see, looking behind you, that he twitches a little bit in response to the pain. Do you do anything else on your turn?
Nope, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Next up we have the lead warg, who is going to be using his full movement to dash around. Let's see, what is it? Looks like he has 50 feet of movement. So he is moving right around the side of your wagon there and coming up to the horse and is making an attack on the horse itself. And that is a 20 to hit, which I guarantee hits a horse. I believe their AC is 12 or 10, yeah. So that's 14 points of damage to the horse. Let's see how much hit points a horse actually has.
19.
Okay. Whew.
Shit, should I cure wounds the horse?
And now the horse is going to have to make a DC 13 strength throw.
Oh, fuck me.
However, it does succeed. What's that, Liam?
Fuck yeah, the horse.
I'm not there, never mind.
However, this warg takes a bite into the flank of this horse, causing it to scream out in pain. However, it does manage to maintain its footing. Apollyon, you're up next.
Alright. Are we still moving?
Technically, yes. It's just not
All right.
Eloise's turn yet.
Upon seeing this, I'm going to do something. Does a ward count as a monster? I assume it does, right?
Yeah, it's a large monstrosity. So that's a yes. Yes, it does.
Alright, I'm going to attempt to do Charm Monster on him.
Charm monster, instant, interesting. You're sending it just to me, Apollyon. Just so you know.
There we go.
Okay. Who are you doing that on, specifically?
On the warg.
The warg in front of you?
Yep.
Okay.
The one that just attacked the horse.
Low roll. He's got nothing
And
to
it is
plus.
a wisdom saving throw of 12. Which it does succeed. Nice try. Very nice try.
Could I use my movement to jump out of the wagon and jump back in?
You know what? You're pretty athletic. Make an athletics check to jump out and try to move and then jump back in if that's what you're trying to do.
You got it.
Okay, yeah. You can easily jump off the side of the wagon and down onto the ground.
Alright, I jump over here and I use my bonus action to attack with my scimitar. Attack the hobgoblin.
Okay, because, yeah, you can use your scimitar as a bonus action. That's the Scimitar of Speed he's using. So go ahead and make your attack. 23 will hit. Are you attacking the warg or the hobgoblin?
Hobgoblin.
Okay. 10 points of damage to the hobgoblin. And then are you going to jump back in the
Try to
wagon?
hop back into the wagon.
Okay, so leaving his attack, both the warg and the guy is going to get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Just so you know. But go ahead and make your athletics check to see if you jump back in.
Fucking A, Polly.
Okay.
Ooh.
As you jump back in towards the wagon, you feel this greatsword slashing through your back with a natural 20, doing 19 points of damage.
Ugh.
Ouch.
Oh!
The warg is also going to be able to make an attack, because it was right there too. However, that was a 6. So
Nope,
that
does
fails.
not hit me.
And you jump back into the wagon with this huge cut down the center of your back from that greatsword.
Alright, my turn's over.
Dudes dig scars, man. You're good.
You know it, brother.
Okay, the hobgoblin captain in the back, his turn is up next. He is going to be throwing a javelin at you, Veil, in the wagon, because you are the closest one to him. However, since he's currently riding the warg, his attacks are going to be at disadvantage. And that's a 14 to hit. Veil, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. What was that?
14 to hit you.
14 to hit you.
No, 14 doesn't hit me. I'm at 15.
Okay. So this javelin comes flying through the air and thunks into the wood of the cart right next to you, sitting there in the back.
Hold on. Time out real quick.
Yes.
So, actually, for some reason, it says my armor class is 14. Did I, It's late at night. I'm assuming my mage armor...
He was messing with armor class as roll number earlier, so if it's 15 and you know it's 15.
I think it's 15 when I have my mage armor up, but it might have dropped since it's kind of late at night.
When would
Mage
you say
armor's
you would have
8 hours since you had
cast
the
it?
last fight, right?
I don't recall. I could, you know what? I'll just to make it easier.
This
I'll
is
just
not very long after our last fight. This is like a minute.
Yeah, I don't remember if I had it up then either. I usually stay in the back, but just to make it easy and fair, I'll cast shield.
Okay. I dig it. You go ahead and cast shield using your level 1 spell slot, and you're able to deflect the javelin as it comes flying towards you. I dig it. It is now Jareth's turn. He
Eloise.
doesn't seem to be on the map, so that's my bad. There you go, Veil.
All right, Jareth's gonna fly down and distract the hobgoblin up front. Swoop down at his face.
Okay. So you send Jareth swooping down towards the hobgoblin, flying around his face, distracting him, and the next person to attack him has advantage. Perfect. Eloise, you're up next. Now, you're controlling the horses right now. And so your movement is going to be there 40 feet to move forward, unless you're choosing to jump off or do anything else.
Okay. Could I... So is it the same as it was on the other map? Animal handling to get them to move 40 and to dash?
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta get out of here. Ugh.
Yeah, unfortunately, your animal handling DC was a little bit higher, right, than a 5. So you're going to be losing 10 feet of movement, so you can move them 30 feet.
Can I move everyone or not so much?
Just tell me where you want to move them to, and I'll move them.
Just move us all up 30 feet, and I'm gonna do another animal handling check to see if I can get them to dash.
Okay. Nope, unfortunately you are at a 10. So that's
What?
just
How is
another...
that possible?
You add 1 for each one you fail.
Yeah?
It was really +2 on that last one.
It should have been.
Instead
Oh,
of
okay,
plus
that's
one.
why.
Yeah, because you
okay.
were at an 8 and
I
now
was
you're
gonna
at
say,
a
this
10.
should have been.
Yeah, I think you might have been at like 8 or 9 or something, but it might have been 10. Matt's probably right.
I'm guessing, but you were
At
pretty
7,
you were
I
pretty
don't think
close.
would've
But
made
you're
it
still
regardless.
only losing 10 feet of speed.
It's like I had 3 rounds last time, and I dashed twice, so that would have brought me up
That's
to
plus
5
6. Well, that's a 6 because you dashed.
to 6.
What-
Yeah,
Didn't you dash
and then
every
here.
time?
No, I only dashed twice out of the 3 times, because Veil dropped the sleet storm the last time.
Yeah.
So you're
That's
saying you're
6.
at
Well,
that would have meant then you were 8 on your
yeah,
first
you would
animal
have failed
handle,
anyway.
and you were
Yeah,
at
no.
9 on your
It's
second.
the fact that you said 10. I was like,
Oh,
wait a
I'm-
minute.
okay.
It'll be at a 10 next time.
Okay, so
because
next
you're
turn
adding
you're
2.
going to be a 10. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Next
Okay.
turn you're going to be
Yeah,
a 10.
because
No.
you just failed
Okay.
2.
I just had like a little
However-
like.
That does only lose you 10 feet, so you still get another 30 feet of movement, yes?
Yes. However, that's it for you, Eloise.
I just had a quick question. Is the sleet storm still affecting these guys? Because when they caught up to us, they were at the end of their movement, but they were still in the sleet storm.
Good question. Roll a d20 and see if it.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm going to roll a d20 and see. If they roll less than a 10, then I'll say that they probably work.
Low.
14.
So he gets the DC, but mine was a 14. I get 13. It's just fuck. Still, it was a good shot.
Yeah, worth a try. That's it for Eloise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. 'Cause I have no bonus actions possible.
Okay. He is just close enough right now. However, he cannot do anything else. Same thing for these guys. That captain's turn in the back. He is throwing a javelin at you, Veil,
His shield is still up.
and he's still at disadvantage. And that's an 18 to hit.
I think his DC is the AC is a 19 at that shield.
What's your
So,
AC right now?
19 with the shield.
Yep. Okay. There you go. Second one.
Good use of my last first level spell slot.
Damn good use of it, brother.
Hell yeah.
Second one, same deal. Is throwing its javelin. This time, he's throwing this at Eloise because she's the driver. Still at disadvantage. Alright, But I accidentally rolled initiative for some reason. Don't know why. That's a 5, so he definitely failed.
Yes,
Veil.
yes.
You're up next.
All right. Vale says enough with this. Enough with this stuff. He's going to cast Sleet Storm again. Now that we are 60 feet ahead of where we were last time on the big map, he's going to do it so it encompasses all 4 groups, including this one we're currently fighting. So he's going to drop it so the person this warg right here at the corner next to me is going to be in it, but we are not. It's going to just the tail end of him.
Okay, let me find the spell real quick.
Oh, look at that little big cloud.
It's a baby cloud, but it'll grow into a great storm. Just needs to eat its warts.
Okay, does that look about right to you?
It looks pretty good.
That looks like it's covering Veil too.
Yeah, so that is.
Well, he'll move it.
I'm moving it. So right about there, Vale.
That's good enough. Yeah, perfect.
Yep, 80 feet.
Yeah, it's perfect. Excellent.
So there you go. You cast Sleet Storm, and once again a swirl of energy comes around, and ice and rain come swirling about in a giant 20-foot tall and 40-foot diameter cylinder. And everyone in there immediately, because it is a turn, and that's how we rule it, makes a dexterity saving throw. So I'm actually going to be moving everybody down a little bit right now.
Use the Schwartz.
Leroy Jenkins.
I'm just going to move everything down there just
God, I
to
haven't
keep
watched
using the map.
Spaceballs in forever.
Right now, I'm just picturing them trying to lift the switch on the Mega Maid. Come on.
Nobody
Lord.
uses strawberry jam on me.
God damn it.
Okay, that's a dex save. So first ward,
Fuck! At least one
all
of them
3
failed.
wargs,
2 of them.
2 of them. I'm sorry, all
I see,
two
you
of
just
the
ran
3
out.
wargs.
Okay, yeah.
2 of the 3 wargs fail. So first one in front succeed. The second one falls prone, immediately goes tumbling.
Die, bitch.
My dex save was for Jareth. He passed.
Oh, that was you. Okay, I was wondering. I was like,
Which
oh, fuck.
immediately drops the hobgoblin that he's on, and the hobgoblin is currently prone as well. And then that third one also failed, so he is prone. And his rider is thrown as well. That one succeeds, however, the hobgoblin still has to make one because he's still in there.
Oh,
And
shit.
it should not have been a disadvantage, but it is still a 9. So he fails. So even though his ward succeeds, he fails.
falls off.
And he falls off and lands on the ground.
Get a move on, girl.
Okay. That's it for Vale's turn, unless you're going to use your movement or bonus action.
Nope, I'm good.
I am curious. I guess would Kyle and I come into this since we are curtain stationary?
You are at the end of this turn.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
because all right, yeah, as I say, because I guess this would have been the new turn order.
Yeah, you're going to be coming in.
You know what?
It's a little wonky with the way the maps are working,
Yeah, I got you.
but we're just going to go with it. But yeah, at the end
Nope,
of
you
this
got it, brother.
turn, when the last warg is gone, then you two are going to be joined.
Actually, if I move up closer to Eloise to give Apollyon some more room to do his thing, is this warg? Can I make some sort of check to see if it's just following orders, or if it will? Is it within 5 feet of me? Could it do an opportunity attack, or
What
I
what are you trying to do, Vale?
He just wants to move in the cart.
Oh, you just want to move in the cart?
yes?
I mean, when we passed by him earlier, he didn't take an AoE or attack
Well,
opportunity.
he also was moving in a bit of an arc. Actually, yeah, you're right. He didn't. He should have. You know what? No, I'm gonna say that in this instance. Oh, you know what? In this instance, he will have an attack of opportunity if you're gonna move forward, but it would be at disadvantage.
I'm not gonna risk dropping the concentration of this sleet storm.
Okay.
Because I'm not really sure how that works as far as the concentration goes.
He'll probably get one once it's one way or the other, sir.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna do it, and then you'll explain to me the rules of concentration after. So I'm gonna move
Yeah,
up
little
towards
rift.
Eloise.
It's beat half the attack damage
Or at least 10.
10, whichever's higher.
Yeah. Okay, so he
Alright,
is
so I
taking an
moved
attack
up.
of opportunity at disadvantage because you are in the cart and you have a little bit of that blocking. So that's an 11, which misses.
I just realized I could have Misty stepped as a bonus action, but it's already done.
Yeah, that's the post fucking game where you're like, you know, when I fucked up and we all died, should have Misty stepped.
That's okay.
Thank God you didn't need to.
So that's it for Vale's turn. Next, we come to the warg at the very back, who has to get up using half of its movement, and then it's going to have to make another dexterity saving throw. And that's a 4, which fails. So as this warg is pushing itself up and tries to move, all of its feet slip out from under it, and it just goes down on the ground.
Like Bambi on the ice?
Yes,
Yeah,
like
I was
Bambi
gonna
on
say,
the
like
ice.
he's wearing roller skates or on ice, something like that.
Nice.
Apollyon, you're up next.
I'm ready to get some. I'm gonna just move over to the other edge of the cart here and do some attacks on this warg.
Okay.
Kill the ward because the rider's inconsequential. If we can get away.
I will attack recklessly.
Yeah, you will.
My scimitar of speed.
28's definitely going to hit.
I think a 20.
Is that a critical? No, it's not.
Nah.
11 points of damage.
Another attack.
24 is definitely going to hit with another 9
attack.
points of damage.
29 bits of
And
damage.
another 9 points of damage is more than enough to hack this creature's head off. And as the cart's slowly starting to begin to move away, that warg just drops to the ground dead, throwing. Oh wait a minute, no, the hobgoblin.
No, he was already off. Yeah.
So yeah, but the warg is dead.
That'll teach you to mess with the Faab Five.
You hear a wolf whistle in the dark, and you don't know where it came from, but it's blood.
Okay.
He's watching. He can probably see you guys at this point, so he's getting all excited.
So the hobgoblin right there at the edge that had fallen off the warg before is going to use half his movement to get up and is going to attempt to move, so he has to make a dexterity saving throw. And that's a 16. What was the
that
AC?
meets it.
That meets it?
Yeah,
Okay.
16 is DC.
DC 16.
So, what this hobgoblin is going to do... 1 second. The hobgoblin, standing up and seeing the cart just beginning to get out of his range, jumps and leaps with all of his might, trying to grab onto the cart. And that's a 12, so I'm going to say he manages to grab one-handed the edge of the cart, right next to where you're standing, Apollyon. He is holding on with one hand, and he's just going to take a disadvantage attack with his greatsword. He normally has multi-attack, but since he's just barely holding on right there, I'm only going to give him
You can
one.
swing the greatsword with one hand?
He's swinging that greatsword with one hand, which is why it's at disadvantage. And he's barely holding on, trying to hit you. Does that make sense?
Sure. My AC is 20, so let's see.
Yeah, it's a 13, so it definitely doesn't hit.
Nope.
But he tried. He was trying his hardest.
I just want to point out, not that it would do anything for that roll, but you would have had advantage, which would have made it a straight roll, but that would have been a 13.
Yeah, a one-handed holding onto a wagon when he already gave Apollyon a DC of 14 to get back in the wagon. 12 just barely hangs on. He's lucky to get one attack off.
Well, he's saying why it would have been straight rolls because Apollyon attacked recklessly, and so it would have given advantage.
I'm doing this because it's fucking cool. Okay,
no, it's
guys?
fucking.
It should have been double disadvantage. I mean, honestly, that makes sense.
Yeah, not in 5e.
Anyway, he's barely hanging on to the edge of this wagon. One warg and another one is on the ground in the sleet storm. So is another one. They're not doing too well. Jareth, your turn's up next.
Alright, he's going to make his DC save.
Oh, yeah.
What a bird! What a bird!
What's sleet storm?
You see Jareth just go shooting out of the sleet storm,
got...
weaving back and forth around ice and snow. It's great.
He's seen you do this shit before, dude.
he's like, nothing new. I can't see him on the map. It's cut off halfway through the sleet
just go ahead and re-pull him up.
Say that again?
Just pull him out of the journal and put him where you need him to be. I'm not too worried about it.
You're gonna get an earful when he lands on that cart, though, bud. Like, how the dare you drop a fucking storm on me?
Ain't that the
Are these squares 5 feet?
Yeah.
As he's flying by the hobgoblin, he's going to scratch at that hand that's holding on to the cart.
You know what? Make an attack and try.
Jareth's never made an attack before. Hold on. I meant for the disadvantage, but
yeah, I want you to make. All I want you to do is make a strength check with Jareth.
It's only a -4.
He just rolled in that 20. Oh no!
Jareth comes flying down at the hobgoblin as he passes, trying to claw at his hands. Instead, he gets a really good chunk of wood off of the edge of the cart and goes flying up and gets just about in range of you, Veil.
alright. I give him a nod and I say, good try.
Okay, Eloise, you're up next. Make me 2 animal handling checks.
Sweet.
Okay, that's a
Okay,
16,
11.
which was better than a 10. Now I need an 11.
80 feet!
Okay.
Yeah!
And I'm going to say with that, with the hobgoblins and the wargs on the ground or dead, you have successfully managed to get past this encounter.
Sweet. Now, could I entreat you, since we are waiting ready with shots, could we possibly get a surprise shot on the cultists that are nearby?
I am not waiting with the shot, sir.
Oh, well, I am. No, you
Okay,
should be
so right now, hold on. Guys, stop moving
Yeah,
your
he's
tokens.
gotta
I was moving you
readjust
back
everything.
to where you needed to be. Because you guys were racing towards her, and you were about to get there.
Yeah, that's true.
So you guys are going to be right there. She's going to be right there because she's moved. Actually, right here. Yeah.
Everybody roll a good initiative.
And let me get rid of everybody here. And I want everybody to roll a new initiative.
Do I need to put my token on the battlefield?
No,
I
you're
got
going
the
on
same
Eloise's movement.
I think I had a 23 before.
You did indeed.
Oh, well, you're in the cart, bud. You don't need to roll on Apollyon.
Oh, he said I didn't need to roll at all? Okay.
Yeah, because you're going off Eloise's on this, since we're back in cart mode. Think of this as Mario Party.
I don't know why I just rolled one.
Yeah. Think of this as Mario Party, and you guys are being chased by Bowser right now.
I'm rolling shit for initiative.
You've got inspiration.
That's true.
Use it again.
Yeah, he's right. This is an inspiration time. I'm rolling it again.
Would that Sleet Storm cover these two, since he had said it?
I'm going to take that into account here in a second.
Hey, that's better.
Oh man, I'm gonna sleep so good when I get away from these guys.
There's 2 goddamn sleet spells on the field right now. Wait, does the first one drop because of concentration?
Yes, it did.
Oh,
So
okay.
the new one is where it would be. The positions of everybody are where they need to be. And now we're going to see who goes first. And it looks like
Of course it's
that is Blood from the Stone.
What the fuck is that guy in second? I don't remember him. He must be a new player to the field. Number 2. Well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I'm 6 away from the edge anyway.
Dude, that inspiration boosted me up by like 10 fucking points.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot at the lead horse on this one.
Okay, I dig it. Go ahead and take your shot on the lead horse.
Hold on 1 second. Get back to the fucking sheet. You know what? Just for giggles, we are gonna try sharpshooter on this one.
Sharpshooter.
Am I at? Could I entreat you to give me advantage?
No, I'm afraid not. You do not have advantage on this. Honestly, you have disadvantage on this shot because you are on horseback.
Yeah.
Nice try.
AC of 10, so that's why I'm trying the sharpshooter. All right.
Because you're aiming for a fucking horse.
Schwartz.
So.
Ah!
Wow.
Fuck it. So one time I had to roll a goddamn 1.
And so you aim at behind you as you're heading towards Eloise, or you're probably aiming to your side. Shoot. Your arrow goes wide. The cultist just dodges underneath you and misses.
Well,
what are you
roll
doing?
my check to get the fuck out of dodge. Where's my animal handling? Oh, well, 6 ain't gonna cut it anyway, so I only get 50.
Yep.
But it shouldn't be at disadvantage anymore. 1, 2.
Is this Sleet Storm in the correct position?
Yes, it is.
4. So I'm here. Which something's gonna catch us anyway.
That's where you're going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to state for the record, I did say that when I cast a Sleet Storm, we were ahead. We had moved more. So when I cast it, it was supposed to encompass the guys outside of the group, outside of the initial
It was
combat.
supposed to be right behind our cart.
Okay, so you're saying more like right here?
Yeah, well, how much total we moved? At least I want to
60
say
is what we
60
moved.
feet the first time, so
Six.
we would have been up more than this, and then it was encompassing all 4 of the groups.
Okay. You know what? I'll give it to you a little bit, but they're going to be able to move a little bit as well, because I had moved them based on your position.
Mud, guys.
Yeah, but we were in mud anyway.
No.
Yeah, but you're pretty damn close to the edge of the map, so.
However, based on where they would have generally have been, this is where you guys would have been, and this is.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm not just trying to be a stickler with a 3rd level spell slot,
Well, I'm willing to accept the argument that I didn't move her up ahead, far enough ahead, because she did do her full double dash. So I'm willing to give you that one.
Thank you. And if anyone's listening, give a thumbs up on the page.
Because I was a nice fucking DM today.
Hey, I just gotta wash this car tomorrow, guys. It's alright.
And
I have about 2 feet of snow on the ground out here.
I'm envious, I'm not gonna lie. The snow sucks. Anyway, next is a new player. As you guys noticed, somebody else has entered the field and is currently tracking you.
I don't know why anyone would be jealous of snow. It was minus 22 Celsius this morning.
I deeply, deeply love snow.
Hey, I know I do too. We speak American here, so what is that in Fahrenheit?
Yeah, how much is that in
Celsius is like 30 degrees.
How much is that in freedom units?
Well, 32 is 0, yeah. 0 degrees Celsius is 32.
Yeah, so it's right. It's just under 32 degrees, so around 30.
Okay.
No,
she said minus 22.
I'm doing the exact calculation. She said minus 2 Celsius. Freezing temperature is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Rationally, just a couple degrees south, okay?
Children.
So I'm just
children.
In Fahrenheit, it would have been minus 7.6.
Children.
You said minus 22.
It's not right, but okay.
I'm Googling it right now. I'm in a converter. Minus 22 Celsius equals to minus 7.6 Fahrenheit.
I thought you said minus 2.
Minus 22.
Well, that's different.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to D&D. What was it they had to make a dexterity save?
A 16.
Yeah, DC 16 dex save.
Oh my god, I had to mute myself because I was fucking
You guys fucking make me drink. Anyway, they used half their movement to get up. Then they had to make a dexterity check, which they succeeded with an 18. So they get half their movement, which was 20 feet.
Plus it's difficult terrain.
It is difficult terrain. Oh yeah, that's difficult terrain, so it's 10 feet. He is now going to make another handle animals check. And that's a 19, so he succeeds. So he is going to have to move his speed out there, and he is holding right here on the edge, just outside of that.
How much movement does he have?
40, but
40.
20 each round with the minus.
Yeah, so he moved up 20. Oh, maybe he would be right here.
Yeah, because he used
10,
half his movement to get up.
10, 20.
And then
yep.
Fuck,
Nope,
yeah,
you're right. Yep, he's right on that edge there, right there.
Ooh, who are this guy? He's new too.
I don't want to go. Go.
Glowy blue ball in his token.
Yeah, everyone's kind of looking for you guys right now.
Meanwhile, our cart is full of dead heads.
Just go. We're so close.
And yep, he succeeded on both.
Evoker. The fuck is that?
You know what? I'm really okay not finding out.
Yeah, I don't really want to know either.
Oh, I have to figure it out.
Eloise,
Yeah.
you are currently standing in mud, which is a hazard. Right now, what I need you to give me... Let's see, where were you at? You were at a 9 the last time. So you need to make me a DC 10, if I'm remembering correctly, or is it 11?
10 was the last one, so it's 11
Okay, so
this
11.
time. Yeah.
So I need you to make me a DC 11 animal handle, which you animal handle, which you succeed, so you can move 3 squares up.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, guys, we don't want to meet the evokers.
Wait, why didn't you just go straight?
Because then we would have been in a tree.
And lost
Okay.
10 feet of movement. She knows what she's doing.
So, Eloise, you now have an action and a bonus action.
I'm a dash. I'm a just dash.
Dash it, baby. I need a DC 12, and you rolled a 23, so you absolutely make that. And with that, your horse is able to move your full 40 movement, and you've made it to the edge of the map.
Oh, technically I could get off the map, but since I don't know what's there,
Nothing's
I'll just
there,
hold
so
off
I'm
on it.
actually going to move you off the map.
cool.
We found the edge of the world, guys. They were right. It is flat.
Oh shit!
So, Liam, it's now your turn.
I like to win the gravel. I think that should do it.
Let's see, you were at a... Yeah, that's actually... I'm pretty sure that's exactly what your DC would have been.
I'm gonna roll another one just to see how far I get.
And
Boom,
yeah,
baby.
with ease, you're able to make it off the edge of the map. Next off, we have the Cult Fanatic, who has to make a Dexterity saving throw. And that's a 14, which I believe
thank
fails.
Christ.
So he stays right where he is.
If he had gotten out, he probably would have caught me.
The Hobgoblin's turn.
He would have caught me.
I just want to let you know he falls prone, but he still has the option to get back up.
Yeah, but that does use the last of his movement, so he is up. But second one was a fail as well. So yeah, they're both right where they are. They can't move.
They would have
Sleet
caught me.
spell, sleet storm, baby.
I'm telling you right now, he would have caught me.
It is Jarrett's turn.
Jarrett's gonna take, his wings and kind of split 2 feathers to give him the peace sign and just fly out of it.
Indeed, he does. He goes flying off the edge of the map and makes it off, and he is safe. It is now the orc's turn. Just makes hit, or no, he had to hit a 9, so he's fine. Has to make another one, add a 10.
The map looks like it froze for me. I don't know if anybody else.
It's
has
because you're
anything
off of it.
You're not even on it.
Okay, that's it for them. Blood. Make your last animal handling check.
Well,
You are trying to make a 9.
I mean, I'm going to get off regardless, but for giggles, I'm going to use the action to take a shot at this guy. Because I've got the movement, so I'll
Go for
definitely
it.
get up, but for giggles.
Stop
Go
showboating. Just go.
Just do it. Go for it.
Yeah, a 14.
Yeah, you little bastard. As you're pausing for half a moment, aiming towards that guy as his troop, a group of 6 humans on horses run towards you. And yeah, that's more than enough to kill a horse.
I want to know if I just want to see if it fucking happens once. I'll be happy.
What?
If the horse falls, if the others miss, I just want to. I mean, I'll do my handling check, and I just want to see if they fall because it's doing just. God damn it!
They all stay up, but one is down, and they're slowing down just a little bit.
Yeah, well,
you make your animal handling check with no problem, and with that, you guys all succeed in getting off this map and winning.
I see the scenes from Indiana Jones. Start the plane! Start the plane!
I was really hoping all those fucking horses were going to end up crashing and burning. Yeah, we really didn't want to see those evokers, guys. Look them up after the game. Holy God. Level 12 spellcaster. That's all you need to know.
Oh my God, I didn't get to be involved in battle at all. Hard. That's so stressful watching Apollyon, fucking genius, taking up the fucking reactions. I love it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
Okay. So, with that, and with your success of making it off that game map, you guys make your way into the forest, which, as you know, by looking on the map, which I'm going to go ahead and pull up the map for you guys now. So, if you look there on the map, it basically was a day's worth of travel running through these woods to the river, which those of you who have the Outlander background and can remember your paths, it took you a little under a day to get through the forest to the river, and you had found a ferryman thanks to your friend Belmont, who got you across the river. And then you took another day to travel to Port Valena. So right now, you are just coming to the edge of what is essentially the river. And I'm going to move you guys to that map now. So, as you make your way through the woods, I would like those of you with the Outlander background to make survival checks for me.
Can I do it also? I have the Labyrinth Recall feature.
Yes, you can.
I also still have a level 1. It doesn't even matter if I have a spell slot left. I can ritually cast Guiding Hand.
If you take 10 minutes to do so.
Sure.
Before she does that, what can I get with a 20, sir?
Where was the turtle up there before, or did it just pop up again?
So, Liam with a 20 and Apollyon with an 18. You do remember that you would have to head north and a slightly west at about a 15-degree angle to get back to the place where you remember where the ferryman had taken you. You don't necessarily have to go there, but if you choose to, you can navigate there without any problem.
Alright, well if Apollyon wants to drive at this point, I'm gonna take a short rest to roll some hit dice.
You cannot take a short rest while riding the wagon.
Yeah.
But, okay, fine, then I will take my time to extract the dragon teeth from the head.
That's totally fine.
Drivers?
Are you switching drivers and letting Apollyon take over?
We're not still in combat, are we?
You're not still in combat, and you're making your way through the woods. It would just be you pausing for 5 minutes to do so. I'm just asking if that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Why do the dragon teeth?
Yeah, wait to see the teeth. We can.
I'm pretty sure that the dragon's head is in the portable hole right now.
Oh yeah, you'll have to. It's a whole mess. Just we'll wait to do that later.
All right, with my amazingly impressive visage of a man twirling a flaming flail atop a horse, I lead you all to where I know is the nearest docking ship.
And I say, hey, I know that guy. Let's follow him.
So, a Blood and Liam, I don't have you on a horse because I don't feel like pulling out a horse token.
It's fine.
Just assume you're on your horse right now. So how are you guys moving right now?
I'd like to be in the front.
You can now see the edge of the river to the north of you, which goes quite a ways. You do remember the last time you had to cross it, you had to cast a bunch of water walking spells. So how are you guys moving ahead?
I'll be in front with my flail spinning in conjunction with the horse's gallop.
Okay.
I'll be with him.
I think you should stay behind, and we'll all go at the same pace. We don't want the cart to like get separated again.
Okay,
well, and I'd be with you.
So, with the river in sight, what are you guys looking for specifically?
I'm looking for what I remember to be the nearest dock, and
the ferry.
The ferry, in hopes that there's someone on this side of the river ready to go.
So,
if not, we'll see what happens.
Okay, so I will remind you that when you met them the last time with Belmont, they had a pier on the opposite side of the river, and they carted you across and landed just on the shore. Where you find yourselves now, on the river's edge, is that point. You do remember Liam, and Apollyon you remember as well, so the two of you working together make your way to that spot that you remember seeing the ferryman and the ferry that had got you across. However, as the two of you break through the woods and lead up to the shore, looking out there, you don't see the pier at all. You don't see the shore. I'm sorry, no, you do see the pier, but you don't see the shore. No, I'm sorry. I'm misspeaking because I'm tired. You do see the pier, but you don't see the ferry. That's what I was trying to say. You don't see the ferry on the other side.
If we can find a place to safely take a long rest, I can prepare a water walk for tomorrow, but...
Do you not get spells back after a short rest?
I get my wild shapes back after a short rest.
During a short rest, you choose expended spell slots to recover.
I am going to stand at the end of the pier and wave my flail in hopes of getting someone's attention.
So the pier is on the opposite side. You know it's there because you know in the general direction of where it is, but from your vantage point, you cannot see it.
All right, then I'll just be standing on this side of the river, waving my flail in hopes of getting someone's attention for the time being.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll also use a prestidigitation to. Vale's about to do it too. Yeah, we'll make some sparks or some whatevers.
I think you should, because if I'm reading Druid right, you should get up to half your Druid level a spell.
Yeah, I just
so you should be able to get at least 1/3 level spell on a short rest, which is what Water Walk is.
But I don't have it prepared today. I have to wait for a long rest to be able to prepare it.
Alright, well, what's that idea?
Well, are you sitting down right now to take a short rest?
Are we?
That's
also, if someone's trying to start a fire, I'm just going to produce flames. So that way it's...
You made it
No,
once.
I was... So, Apollyon and I were throwing up some sparks with prestidigitation to see if we could...
Oh, okay, I'll use produce flame to send up like a flare type thing.
Yeah, that's
I'm not leaving my post yet. I'm still pretty confident this is the spot we need to be.
Eloise, make me a wisdom check, please.
Just straight wisdom?
Yes. You're about to cast your produce flame spell, and you're about to shoot it up into the sky, trying to get the attention of this boat.
But, we're being followed by people.
When the thought occurs to you, you are being followed by people.
Yeah, it's a bad idea. Okay. Yes, I can
You
get.
need to hide or get out of here.
We get spell slots back, but none that is going to help us get across the river.
Is it possible to swim across this river?
It's
there were giant crocodiles last
possible.
time.
It's a pretty big river.
Also, I don't know if the cart and the horses would make it across.
Can you swim the Mississippi?
That is pretty close to what you're seeing right now, the Mississippi.
Or the Missouri?
Not nearly as polluted, but yeah.
I have no frame of reference for what you're talking about.
It's still a lot.
200 feet, yeah.
Yeah, the Missouri and the Mississippi River are two very large rivers that go through the Midwest.
I know that much, but I don't know specific details about them.
All I know is I saw it once, and this was last year, last year, and I've never encountered a river that big before, and it was terrifying. If you fell in that water, you were dead.
Oh no, you have
There's so many.
Oh yeah,
100%. Nobody swims in it.
And there's like
you're fucked.
And there's like there were logs bobbing up and down, like it was a death trap.
There's undercurrents on that river that nobody even attempts to swim it because of.
Oh yeah, and yet people will go through the upshoots and ride speedboats through it all the time.
No, I wouldn't even go in there with a boat.
Liam and or Apollyon, whether do they know what direction Port Valena is in?
You do know that it's north across the river and slightly to the west, about a day's travel.
If we keep following the river west a bit and we find a safe-ish place to bed down, or even if we don't, if I can just sleep in the back of the cart and get a long rest, I can have water walk prepared. So that
you can't sleep. You can't get the rest in the cart though.
Yeah, that is the difficulties. You cannot get the rest.
I could have sworn I recall that they had mentioned that there is another crossing further up.
Further to the west, or to the east, I'm sorry. Further to the east.
Yeah, so further away from them, because they were pissy about us with the Crocs. And they had said something about there is another crossing further downriver.
Make a history check.
You can.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you're not quite sure.
Well, I'd say we keep moving anyway. Can't stay.
I say we head east.
You're heading east?
East is where we came from. They had it into their arms.
No, we came from the west.
Oh, we came from the south.
Okay, do any of you remember about what time I said it was when we started this chase?
Yeah, it was just after midnight.
Okay. So right now it's probably around 2, maybe pushing 2:30 in the morning, as you guys are walking along the edge of this river. Are you guys going east, or are you going west, or are you stopping where you are?
I'm confident west.
West is, I thought was, well, it's up. I mean,
west would head us closer to the larger body of water that Port Valena is north of. If we had water walk though, it wouldn't make a difference how big the is. If we head far enough west, then I believe we'll be out of their search party's range, and we can take a long rest.
I'm gonna pop you guys up Beauregard's map one more time, just so you can look. You guys probably, so you see where the X is and the mountain, at the very tip of that right side forest, that's about where you guys are. Maybe a little bit to the west, so maybe at the edge there. So if you were to ford the river, it would take you another day and a half of travel to get to Port Helena. Another day's travel will get you to the river, or to the lake that is nearby Port Helena, if you're heading that way. Or to the west, leads you closer to where you guys had encountered that army, and eventually a place known as Ravanica Keep.
I'm sorry, is this map backwards? Because north is top, west would be left.
Yeah, so what east is Ravanica Keep, west is Port Helena. Did I say that reversed?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You said if we headed west, we'd head to Ravanica Keep.
Sorry, if you head east, you head to Ravanica Keep. If you head west, you head to Port Helena. So which direction are you guys wanting to go? Are you going to try to cross?
Seems like we gotta go west.
There's only one place all these heads are going to be worth anything, and that's in Port Helena.
I can agree with that. I love me some gold.
There could be conclave people in Ranovica as well. And they'd honor the contract.
Our contract is with Port Helena, and it's
with the conclave,
easily 1/4 of the distance to Ravnica.
Well, we can go west. I have a pretty damn good feel we're going to run into that army, but we go west. It's the shortest travel time, but it's also the highest risk.
They don't know where we're going, and they don't know how to track us.
Well, somebody did just send up sparks.
Well, I'm asking, are you resting? Or are you going to travel?
We gotta keep traveling. We gotta keep moving. We can't.
I think we have to move through the night and take a rest in the morning.
Okay. Is that what you all agree to do?
Yeah,
We need this water walk, and we can't wait for these ferries. That's how I would phrase it.
So you guys turn towards the west.
Who knows if these armies or whatever are watching the ferries?
Well, I don't think that they would attack. Then they'll get all kinds of trouble from established governments because they aren't exactly.
I'm not saying that they would attack the ferries, but they might be keeping them surveilled in order to keep track of us.
They have been following us for quite some time. Apparently, they don't like their prisoners escaping. Some weird thing. I don't know.
Have you guys thought about trying to use the dream route?
Well, they have to put them all together. They said for something to happen.
We never tried to do anything with the one.
Veil tried looking at it and he couldn't. He tried studying it and it was fucking his brain up.
He didn't take a long time studying.
We'll get more than we do for the heads if we turn in the dream route to Port Helena.
I'd say let's just head west and let's see what the fuck happens.
Okay, so my next question then to you guys is, how long do you plan on traveling along the river before you guys take a rest? Are you guys going to keep going to the edge of the lake?
I think we should travel until we can find somewhere like a little cave or someplace to like hide the wagon.
Well, again, you are on the edge of a river.
Yeah, I would suggest going all the way until like the river starts to widen and gets close to the lake. That's how far I want to go.
Okay. So that will take you about 8 hours to do so.
Oh.
We'll suffer some exhaustion, but there's no way they're going to follow us for 8 hours of travel. It'll be the best chance we have.
Is that what you guys want to do?
I guess it's what we have to do. It's not what we want to do.
Okay. So, for the next 8 hours, traveling through the darkness, most of you using your dark vision, Liam with his flail keeping a bit of the light out, all of you travel along the edge of the river, trying to head in the direction of what you know to be the large lake that on the opposite side.
I'd like to say we swerve in and out of trees and not just along the trackable river edge.
Okay. Go ahead, Eloise. Who is currently driving the cart?
Last it was Apollyon, I believe.
No, Eloise was.
It was Eloise. I said I was going to take the reins if she was going to cast a spell, but we determined we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Or not cast a spell, take a rest.
Okay. So, Blood, Liam, and Apollyon, I'd like each of you to make your handle animals checks as you guys are making your way along the river. And then I would like one of you to make a survival check at advantage.
I'll take the survival.
As you guys are following the river and trying to keep as low of a profile as possible, weaving in and out among the trees. Okay, so who's going to make their survival check?
Do you think that Veil could use prestidigitation to cover our tracks?
Well, how does the prestidigitation spell work?
That's what I was gonna do when we were at the chase, but we were going too fast for that. I'll pop it up.
Harmless sensory effect.
I don't think you can do it.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
really
you can.
affect...
It says
You can-
it's at the bottom. Hold on.
Yeah. You can make a color or small mark where it's...
It only lasts until the end of your next turn.
So what is it you're trying to do using this
Hey,
spell?
I just gave him a DC of 18 to be able to track us, alright? That's not easy.
I was just thinking we could possibly, cover up the footprints or the marks on the cart.
Okay.
If it's still raining,
It is still raining.
then that'll help.
The ground is
I'm not
very
worried about
muddy.
it.
However, I will say that you guys are effectively pushing the mud a little bit with your prestidigitation spells, and at least helping to obscure your wagon wheel prints as you go along the river's edge.
Okay, it's cool.
You continue along with this travel for a good 8 hours. And by the time the sun is beginning to rise, you guys are just starting to see the very large lake where Port Valena on the opposite shore is situated. Go ahead, whoever, the three that are leading, Blood and Liam and Eloise, give me perception checks. Okay. Blood and Eloise, as you guys are leading the horses along, and Eloise, you are sitting in the wagon. You're kind of sitting up, looking around, and there in the distance you can see several boats casting out into the middle of the lake. They seem to be fishing boats. doing the very early morning casting of their trade.
Do we want to try and get their attention?
Hell yeah.
Okay. At this point, I'll send up a produce flame flare type thing. Not too high, more like for distance rather than height. And hopefully they'll notice.
Okay.
If
You
can
send
angle it
up
towards
your
them, maybe.
your blast of flame as your control fire or create fire spell, whatever it's called.
Produce flame.
Produce flame. You throw the fireball up. Big blast of light goes shooting through the early morning sky. You wait for about 10-15 minutes, but unfortunately, none of the boats seem to move towards you.
It's a cantrip. I'm just gonna go poof, 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 poof. Poof.
Absolutely. And over the next few minutes,
somebody. You should have shown him some gold.
I'll use digitation to make the sound of like gold coins clinking.
you make the sound of gold coins clinking in that 5-foot cube around you.
Yeah, so you can't
Sound doesn't travel across water.
I mean, you're making it in a 5-foot, not that far. These boats are probably around a good 150, 200 feet away from you.
That's like farting on one side of the river and hoping they hear you on the other side.
What do you guys want to do?
God damn it.
Send the owl.
I wasn't able to get a short rest in the sitting doing nothing on the cart for 8 hours, but
movement and
yeah, movement. You can't get a short rest. You have to stop and sit down and actually relax. I looked it up. I wanted to be clear, but movement on that part
totally agree
is
with
not
that rule.
get a short rest.
that makes no sense to me, but that's the rule. It's fine.
I mean, imagine sitting there on a cart, bouncing around for 8 hours. You're not getting much of a rest. It's kind of exhausting.
You ever tried to sleep in the back of a luxurious car? It's still not easy.
Well, I can fall asleep anywhere, but
and we love
I
you.
get that not everyone has.
You are absolutely adorable, and we all enjoy you. However, for the purposes of the game, you do not get a short rest.
The point I was trying to get to is I still have a first level spell. I can cast Thunder Wave. That's a noise that'll get their attention. It's also a noise that might get other people's attention, though.
It might scare them off, though, don't you think, dear?
Well, it'll just sound like thunder to them.
But aren't we trying to attract them to us, not scare them off?
You said we're only we're 200 feet away.
Couldn't you just simply skywrite to them?
She'd have to rest.
Spell prepare.
Yeah.
I thought that's what druids do. I'm sorry.
I heard spells that would help us with a poisonous dragon. Okay.
What's the name of? Go ahead.
I'm just sitting here on the cart this whole time, just listening to this back and forth, and I pull out a piece of paper and I scribble something on it, and I hold it up in the air, and Jareth comes and snatches it from me and takes off in the boat's direction.
Okay, I like it. So Jareth goes and grabs that piece of parchment, goes flying off in the direction of the nearest boat, I assume. What did you write in this piece of parchment, Vale?
Say, 5 weary travelers, extremely exhausted, in desperate need of help, look to the east. We are heading we're heading west, correct?
On the south side of the river. Yeah.
Southeast, then. I'll say, please send help.
Is that it? Is that all you put?
Did you not mention anything about gold?
Did not mention gold.
Oh my god!
And I did not mention the enemies that are tracking us.
Make a perception, or not a perception, a persuasion check.
Very persuasive via text.
Yeah. I was going to give you advantage if you mentioned gold, but...
You're putting up a lot of heart emojis.
Wow! He's got pretty handwriting.
I'm not giving up my gold.
Well, we're going to have to give him gold anyway. But...
After about 30 minutes, you watch as one of the little boats begins rowing towards you.
Little boats. Rowing?
You're gonna have to abandon the cart and horses, folks.
Fuck that. I paid money for my horse.
After
Toward
about
the river.
20 minutes, a boat begins to get towards you. It is a decent-sized fishing boat, probably large enough to bring your horses aboard, but you would have to abandon your wagons.
Well, forget the wagon. Fuck the wagon. We can care less about the wagon.
I'm gonna give him 50 gold for letting our horses on.
Yeah,
sir.
that's what I was gonna say. So we could give him something good.
The half-orc captain who comes ashore says to you, "I found your note," and just the amazing eloquence of the writing charmed me and brought me ashore. Please, who wrote this letter?
I raise my hand and I smile and say, "You could read?" The note, I mean, yes, of course you can read, of course.
You asshole!
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
God damn it.
Oh, I love it. That was amazing.
Oh.
And the
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay. Use your inspiration. Just a plain persuasion roll.
Swear to God, you better get a good one. You fucking bastard.
20. Okay.
Oh, you lucky son.
So that half-orc captain in his Fabio-like white clean shirt, open all the way down to his navel, kind of looks at you, Veil.
You're sleeping in his cabin.
And he kind of chuckles a little bit and says, "I almost took offense, but you're much too delicious to do."
Oh!
And
Alright.
I
Shut
lean for.
Fucking blood leaps up and closes your fucking mouth.
I was gonna say I kind of push his gaze towards Apollyon.
Jesus.
Well, come aboard, come aboard. I can take your horses. Unfortunately,
We don't need
we
the
do
cart.
not have a crane for your cart. My men will help you bring your horses, and we will bring you to where do you need to go?
Lena.
Or Valena.
Just the port, sir.
Well, you're in luck. We are due back in there tomorrow anyway. So stay the afternoon with us. Have a meal with me, my great sweet friend.
I appreciate the hospitality, my green-skinned friend.
I'm gonna grab one of the bags or bedrolls that we filled with heads.
I think they're in the hole.
And I'm gonna all of them. Or
I mean,
all of
you
them
can take a
already
moment and
part?
push them in.
Pretty sure we consolidated them in the hole.
If you haven't by now, you definitely could. Now that you are
Yeah.
standing near this fishing
okay.
Oh.
boat.
Yeah, we're not letting these people know what the fuck's going on.
Okay. Well then I attempt to hop off the cart.
When you jump down on the cart, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw. 14, yeah. Your tail begins to get in the way, and you start to wobble a little bit, but you manage to end up in a little bit of a twisting curve, or a twisting roll that gets you back on your feet, and you just barely manage to not fall off as you're getting down off the wagon.
Nice try, asshole.
But you all climb down.
She says to the orc.
No, I say to my tail.
The half-orc is standing at the top of his boat by now. There is a drawbridge, or a gangplank going down to where you guys are that you can lead your horses with help. There's actually there's 2 gangplanks put down for the horses.
I'd like to roll an investigation to see who, besides the captain who's enamored with our gray-skinned friend, seems like they're in charge of the other people on the boat.
Okay. Go ahead and make an insight check for me. Other than the half-orc man who is gesturing for you guys to come aboard, you can see behind him a halfling woman standing there at the wheel of the ship, and kind of is staring down at you guys as you guys are all leading your horses up to the boat itself. This is a fishing boat. It isn't very big. You guys are kind of looking around now, and you see about 3 other individuals, a human man, a tiefling woman, and a tabaxi woman, all making their way around the ship, pulling down sails and yelling to each other, getting themselves ready to turn and head north towards Port Royal.
I'd like to go up to the halfling woman steering the ship, and I will say, "Here's 100 gold for you. This is distributed amongst the crew. Apologies for your taking away from your fishing time. We truly appreciate it." I'll give her a bag worth 100 gold.
The woman kind of looks at you, startled, as you hand him this bag, her this bag. She looks up at you and says, "Well, it's nice to see that some people appreciate when others come to help them. I will do as you say and take this and distribute it among the crew. It's good to know that if we're willing to do some good and help some people, that they're willing to do the same. You're alright, kid."
I'm gonna ask if there's some place that's out of the way that I can just curl up and sleep.
So you ask whether or not there's any place that you can sleep. And
that's out of the way. I don't want to be underfoot.
The captain of the ship kind of chuckles as he's motioning for Veil to join him. His arm is outstretched, and he's got a big smile on his face. And he turns to you, Eloise, and says, "It will only take about 3 hours to arrive in Port Valletta.
3 hours is enough for a nap."
If you wish to take a nap, you can go down beneath the hold. It smells like fish, but you'll find my crew's quarters. Find a hammock and get a little rest."
You say as I'm swaying, not because of the boat.
Go ahead and make me another dexterity saving throw, Eloise.
Oh, come on.
And as you nod your thanks and walk away, your tail twists up around your leg, and you just go down face first into the deck.
Into the deck? Oh, I didn't go. It's not face first down the stairs?
Nope,
Yay!
you went face first and smacked into the deck, taking probably 1 point of damage. probably bit your tongue a little bit.
I'm at 18.
But you are on this boat, and Veil, the captain seems to be motioning towards you to come join him.
Join him where?
He's currently standing at the edge of the deck, right where you guys are all coming up along the gangplank.
All right, I walk over.
You must be famished after such a long day.
Oh, he's gonna feed you, all right.
Would you like to come in and share a meal with me?
If my friends come too, they're pretty hungry as well.
No doubt they are, and the rest of my crew will take care of them, be it sure. But now I am curious about you and your group, and would enjoy hearing the tale of how you all came to find me.
In the background, I get up and I'm like rubbing my snout, and I'm like stumbling over to where the stairs are to go down below decks. Just in the background of the flirtation.
Absolutely.
I'd like to think Blood palmed one of those jars of honey, put in his bag, and he's gonna run up and give it to the cats. He's like, maybe you can add this to your meal with the young drow here.
And he takes the jar of honey and looks at it and nods appreciatively and says, "Wow, you have an exquisite taste, my friend Tabaxi."
I do so. He enjoys it most of all.
Please, my
I'm gonna finger guns Veil.
Can you tell me your name?
Are you asking me?
No, he was asking Veil.
Okay.
Yeah, I tell him my name is Necthros Veil.
Necthros. That is an exquisite name for such an interesting individual. Would you like to join me in my cabin and share a meal with me?
Don't.
I appreciate the offer, but I'm gonna stay with my friends. Thank you.
You take two.
Such a tease. Such a tease. You all, with your passive perception here, as he watches Veil run the fuck away from him with a bright blush across his face.
Yeah, so I will say, at first I thought you were just very friendly. Now I pick up what you're putting down, and I'm going to have to respectfully decline. However, if you look towards my red friend over there, I think he just might be the type of dish you're interested in. And I
saunter away. And you see that half-orc watching you for a moment before his eyes settle on Apollyon. And he says, "I'm never one to argue with some company if some company would be appreciated. Well, what say you, my big red friend?"
You there, Apollyon? Oh, he's not there. What
Apollyon, are you with us?
Being flirted with, don't miss.
I see your green ring going off, but we're not seeing
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
There we go.
Oh man, I said a whole bunch of good stuff. This boat isn't the only thing that's gonna float, baby.
Oh my god.
I thought you said good stuff.
I'm going for a little wine and dine.
Well, I'm happy to give you some wine if you'll give me a little bit of dime. Glad to make your acquaintance.
You need of a back rub, and it's the least I could do for ferrying my friends across the water. We were in a dire situation there.
Did we just get picked up?
You did by now get picked up, and the horses have been moved to the middle of the boat. Unfortunately, they're going to be stuck in the middle.
At the edge of the boat, just watching the shoreline. until we are out of sight. And I got my crossbow ready.
And it does take about 10 minutes before the boat pushes across away from the shore and starts making their way north in the direction you assume is Port Thorn. You hear a few yells of orders back and forth among the boat as the sails are dropped, the wheel is turned, and all of you feel that little bit of lurch as the boat moves, hopefully in your next direction of Port Thorn.
I am pasting flyers everywhere below decks, and then I'm curling up for my nap.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check for me.
Oh, that's gonna go so.
You hear Blood's voice in your mind. Use the Force. You didn't use the Force.
So you've been down there for probably about 10 minutes, and you've begun by pasting 2 of the flyers to a couple points against the wall. As you're moving away from one spot, heading to another, you hear a voice call from behind you. Hey, what are you doing over there?
Getting ready for a nap? How about you?
And you look back to see a human with bright, curly, blonde hair walking in your general direction. His hair is...
What do you call these? And I'm going to go over and, like, poke the hair.
And you see it's a bright, curly fro of white curls all around this man's head, almost like a mushroom top. His skin is very, very pale. His face is long and comes to a cleft chin of an unshaven face, a very young face to your eyes, Eloise. And he just seems startled by you coming towards him.
It's so pretty.
What are you doing down here?
The big orc man upstairs said I could nap down here. I wouldn't get here to do that. As I'm still playing with his hair.
And he seems extremely unnerved and a little bit just out of place by the fact that you're curling your fingers through his curly locks. And please stop that. If you want to sleep, there's plenty of hammocks all through here. Just go that way. Go over there. You'll find it. Please stop that.
Okay. Thank you. Big yawn. Stumble my way towards the hammock.
And the very confused man watches you skip away, heading to the bow of the ship, where you find several hammocks. You can easily climb into and curl up there.
I don't really climb into one because I'm too afraid I'm gonna fall, so I just kind of flop.
Okay.
And enough for it to hold me up, but I really don't care. I just fall asleep.
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, shit.
You asked me to do this for you. Natural 20. So you just... the moment you see a hammock, you just do with a Jesus pose and flop downward into a hammock. You land in it and twist around several times before it comes to rest, and you're just laying there comfortably in the middle of this hammock. That was awesome.
So, real quick, you said it'd be about a 3-hour trip back to the port?
Correct.
Right.
That's correct.
All right. So I'd say on about hour 2, I'm also going to make my way downstairs and take an hour-long nap.
Okay. No problem. So anyone who wants to rest over this 3-hour time period will be able to regain their hit points.
Define rest.
Well,
you ain't getting no rest, buddy.
So, yes, Apollyon, you are eventually led into the captain's chambers, where at first he offers you food and very light, comfortable conversation, but after an hour or so, his advances become a little more advancing, and depending on how far you want to go, is how far he probably would go too.
All the way to the port.
Think you can handle this Minotaur top energy?
You gonna dock your ship?
Oh my god.
Okay,
I'll
so
dock my ship in your port, baby.
give me a D100 with advantage.
Oh shit.
100 with advantage. Okay.
Just roll.
Oh, whoops, that's not right.
No, that's not the same.
Well, 34 and an 85.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah, 34 and 85.
You rolled an 85. And Apollyon, over the next 3 hours, you and the orc captain found very interesting and expressionistic ways to show manly affection among each other. With an 85,
athletic.
it probably was one of the more. What's that? What's that, Apollyon? Say that again.
I'm going to show you this new position I just invented. It's called the rock bottom.
Oh my god.
Indeed you do. And between the two of you, it's probably at least within your top 10 experiences, if not better.
The motion of the ocean, baby.
Or the lake. And
so, with that, as the evening begins to settle over the horizon, and dusk fully comes in, you come to a clear sky as you guys all dock inside the port of Lemon. And that's where we're going to pick up next session.
So the hobgoblin, he didn't have to make like a constitution save?
Oh my god. Really?
Oh, I forgot about him completely.
Half orc?
I completely...
yeah,
the half orc? What?
Constitution save to handle all this manliness.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, you know what? I'm game. I am game with that. Hold on 1 second.
Just how badly is he gonna be able to walk tomorrow?
If he dies.
I mean, I would think Apollyon would, know enough.
Yeah, he got
to,
a 24.
Not kill his
Apollyon?
Oh, yeah.
You are very, very, very assured of yourself when you walked into his room, but by the time you reached the port, he was the top. He was 100% the top. With a 24 con save.
The tables on me? Alright, alright.
Switch energy.
But yeah.
Or sorry, versatile.
I like what you're throwing down.
Yeah, he 100% was the top, and he dominated your ass over those 3 hours. But you guys do make it to Port Valena, and we're going to pick up next session with you guys entering the port. So, from myself, Matthew R. Dawson, and everybody else within the Random Rhapsody group, I'd like to thank everybody who watched our session tonight. Keep watching us live on twitch.tv/Random Rhapsody, or 1 week later on YouTube or on podcast. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week. Good night.
Have a good night.
Peace.